What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Your boy, SEC Football Tube, back with another video for you guys today. Hope everyone's having a great Friday. I'll tell you what, yesterday, especially last night, was really interesting. Northern Lights in South Carolina, in Columbia. Could that be a sign? Could that be a sign for tomorrow for our Gamecocks? I don't know. We'll see. But, boy, that was pretty magical. What a great night that was. I'll show you a picture I got right here. Absolutely stunning to see that stuff. I mean, after everything this state has been through the last couple weeks, that was a great show. Great show in the sky. Twice in a year for this state, too. Who remembers back in May? I mean, incredible. Incredible. But a couple more things I want to say real quick before I get into my thoughts on the game and the prediction. Gotta do things a little different today because the video editor I use, CapCut, is down right now. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's not working for me, at least. So back to the old days of SEC Football Tube, taking a screenshot of this, the 2018-2019 style of SEC Football Tube. Yeah, believe it or not, I've actually been around since 2018. Shocking, right? The channel got hacked and deleted. You know, all that crap. So I hope you guys don't mind. No custom graphics today. Also doing an outdoor show. It feels incredible. It feels absolutely incredible. So I want to start recording outside a little bit more. But, yeah, just wanted to get all that out of the way. Now let's start talking about the game. Alabama, South Carolina. The Gamecocks and the Tide both looking to bounce back after a loss. Alabama, I know, shocking. Everybody's heard this by now. Everyone. One of the greatest upsets in college football history. Yeah, Bama lost to Vandy last week. They did. They lost to Vanderbilt. They come back home to take on South Carolina, who got blown out by Ole Miss. Alabama, lucky Gamecocks, right? Getting an angry Alabama on the road. And the Tide's going to be looking to bounce back, but so are the Gamecocks. South Carolina got absolutely dominated and humiliated at home by Ole Miss. An embarrassing, one of the worst offensive performances I've ever seen. I'm getting way too used to that, by the way. I'm getting way too used to saying this. Almost every year in every game, we find a way to somehow make history of how bad our offense has played. I'm getting real sick of it. I really am. I'm getting really sick and tired of it. And, you know, I hate to say anything negative about South Carolina. I really do. I love the Gamecocks, but I pretty much don't have much hope that it's going to get better offensively. I really don't. There might be games where South Carolina shows out, but there's going to be times where they completely lay an egg as well. I've just accepted that. As unfortunate of a reality as that is, that's just who South Carolina's offense is. I'm hoping they prove me wrong, but you kind of have what you have with the coaching and all these players and everything. It's a mess that needs to be cleaned up. But anyways. But here's my question, guys. We saw how bad the offense was. We saw it. The coaching, the execution, the play calls, the decisions. I mean, mind-boggling, stupid decisions. The fake punt, running it up the middle when you can't get 2 yards. I mean, barely any running game. Offensive line can't block anybody, allowing over 3 sacks a game. Even the teams like Akron and Old Dominion, we've seen it. Can South Carolina move the ball on Alabama? Because, I mean, first things first, let's just get this out of the way. That's what you're going to have to do to have a chance in this football game. You're going to have to get some offense going. Number two, let's just be honest. Bama's defense, well, they're kind of number two. They're kind of number two, if you know what I mean. Not really that great. We saw what Diego Pavia was able to do with the Alabama defense. We saw Georgia come back. They lost the game, but they came back. Their offense was able to have some success. And have you seen Georgia's offense this year? It's been a struggle bus. Can South Carolina finally find something against Alabama? Because, again, if South Carolina wants even a small chance to win in Tuscaloosa, you are going to have to move the ball, and you're going to have to score. Thing is, again, Lenora Sellers, right? Again, we saw Diego Pavia. What does Lenora Sellers do? Can he find someone? Can he play good? Can South Carolina run the ball? Can the offensive line block? I'll believe it when I see it with a lot of those things. I'm just going to be honest. I'll believe it when I see it. But South Carolina's going to have to do that. Number 2, look, South Carolina's defense, do they have their issues like every other defense? Of course they do. But for the most part, they're playing pretty well. They're playing pretty well. It could be a lot worse. Can South Carolina shut down Jalen Milroe and that Alabama offense and that unbelievable, we know, Alabama fans, we're going to get to it right now. We know. 17 years old, best wide receiver in all of college football. Insane. A freshman, NFL freshman. And he's doing what most wide receivers in the country might not ever do. Ryan Williams, an insane football player. Dude has been a beast, and he's going to continue to light everybody up. In South Carolina's defense, I'm going to be honest, I'm worried about our secondary handling and containing that guy. I mean, I really am. Bama, say what you want, but they can move the ball. They can pass it down the field pretty well. Their receivers are pretty good. And we saw Ole Miss's pass attack. Now, they were able to run the ball pretty well, too. But South Carolina's going to have to stop the run as well. But we saw the passing game get going for them a little bit. I can't remember who that number 11 was for Ole Miss, but, I mean, the dude, well, let's just call it for what it is. If Ole Miss wasn't flashy, they weren't the flashiest, but they were able to move. They were able to get the ball downfield. And that's one of the things I'm worried about with South Carolina. Can they stop Alabama's pass attack? Can they stop Alabama's offense? Because, hey, look, yeah, Bama lost, but their offense still played pretty well against Vanderbilt. They still did. They still played about as well as you could have asked them to do. It was their defense that just couldn't stop a nosebleed that allowed Diego Pavia and, the Vanderbilt offense just absolutely abuse Alabama all day long. I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I think this offense is going to have to show me. They're going to have to show me because it's almost every single week we're allowing more than 3 sacks a game. Bama out-talented South Carolina by a mile. But to be fair, they out-talented Vandy by more than a mile, and they lost to them. So what does that really mean? There's a reason games are played on the field and not paper, right? But unfortunately, I just think it's going to be a struggle bus for this offense yet again. And I don't think the Carolina's defense, while they're going to get some plays, I don't think they're going to be able to shut down Ryan Williams and that Alabama offense completely enough to be able to win the football game. I don't. Now, the spread is Alabama by 21. I've had a lot of people say they think that's too much. Again, guys, I don't know. I'm gonna have to be shown something. I don't want to sound like I have no faith. It's hard for me to talk right now. I don't want to sound like I have no faith. It wouldn't surprise me if South Carolina was able to keep it close with Alabama, but I just have some concerns that I can't ignore in this game. And honestly, I think Bama's going to bounce back pretty well. Historically, after an upset loss, Bama, they usually take it out on the next team they play. And unfortunately for South Carolina, we're the next team they play after one of the most embarrassing, if not the most embarrassing loss in Alabama history. So I think Alabama is going to bounce back. But I'll give you this. I think South Carolina is going to have them a little bit in the first half. I do. I think you look into halftime, and this may be a 10-point game. But then Bama pulls away in the second half. So that's my prediction. I think South Carolina will maybe give it to them a little bit in the first half, but then Bama pulls away. I'll see what happens. Guys, I would love to be wrong. I'd love for South Carolina to upset Alabama and absolutely rub it in my face. I'd love for that to happen because I'm a fan. When I make picks with my brain, though, and not my heart. In my heart, Carolina, of course, are winning this game. 100-0. Bama's got no chance. But in my brain, Bama's just better, and they're going to respond well. Hope I'm wrong. Go Gamecocks. Prove me wrong. Get a big win in Tuscaloosa. Oh, and by the way, hope you guys enjoyed that new Cocktober intro. I'm going to be doing that little analog horror intro for every team we play in October, or shall we say Cocktober. Thank you all so much. SEC Football 2, checking out Roll Tears Roll, Gamecocks, we're coming for you.